long enough. No, wait! What'd you call me? When I called you, someone was in my house. They left this. No, I mean, why did you call me? Because you're the only person I could. It's kind of sad. They left this right outside my door. So someone broke into my house. It's not that hard to break into your house, dude. That's not the point. Wait, what? Nothing. Never mind. This hasn't been opened since '95. Okay. I'm gonna leave. Wait! Listen to me! A few weeks ago... Go on. A few weeks ago, someone stormed my set and told me that they were me from the future. They were telling me not to review Jurassic Park. That if I did, it would lead me down a path that would what, man? That would what? That would end in me watching Jurassic Park 3. Oh, God! Yeah. So are you gonna do it? You know, review Jurassic Park 3? I think the future me sent this to me as a message. That by reviewing Jurassic Park 1, I started something that can't be stopped. Not until I review Jurassic Park 3. Okay, that didn't really answer my question. Are you going to review the rest of the Jurassic Park films? Oh, fuck no! Today I'm going to be reviewing Beetlejuice. Why Beetlejuice, you may ask? Well, isn't it obvious? Doom! Beetlejuice is... What the hell was that? You've got to be fucking kidding. As I was trying to say, Beetlejuice is a very hard film to review. It's not because it's a bad movie, not by any means. The film is very hard to review because it doesn't try and tell a layered story with a message, or to try and be a landmark for future films like Jurassic Park. No. What it tries and succeeds at doing is to be a very entertaining film. If you don't know what this film is about, it's about a couple named Adam and Barbara who are in a car accident and mysteriously are sent back home. They find that they can't leave their house, and eventually that they are dead. When a new family moves into their home, Adam and Barbara attempt to scare them away themselves, but fail, so they call a bioexorcist named Beetlejuice. Their plan to get the Dietzes out of the house backfires when they start to bond with the daughter, Lydia. Okay, before we get into the film, I want to mention a few things. The first being the music. As with every Danny Elfman score on a Tim Burton film, the soundtrack is fucking pitch perfect. The second is the cast. The cast, for one exception, is flawless. Specifically, Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis. The two actors have a chemistry that makes this film. However, as I said, it has one exception, that being Jeffrey Jones. Now, because I don't want to get demonetized, I'm not going to go into why Jeffrey Jones' inclusion into this film is a very bad thing. What I will do is go tell you to look up his criminal record for yourself. The only real thing I'll say about it, what he did is that, kind of ironic that he didn't play Beetlejuice himself. The opening of this film is a tracking shot of a model of the town that this film takes place in. At first, this can be written off as showing a character quirk from one of the characters. However, as the film progresses, it becomes a way to change location without the characters actually having to leave the house. The main character in this film isn't supposed to be smart. In fact, he's a bit of a dumbass. Throughout the film, he doesn't act with much forethought and commonly mispronounces words. Some of them understandable, others not so much. I'm bringing this up now because at the opening of the film, he saves Spider by letting it leave the house. He does this by throwing it out of a third-story window. One thing that's not immediately clear about this film is that it doesn't take place in reality. And I'm not talking about the supernatural elements to the film. Every character has weird reactions to things, and time doesn't flow in any normal way. This is 100% intentional. Beetlejuice is a pseudo-realistic film, meaning that the world of Beetlejuice both is and isn't our reality. Beetlejuice is the first real pseudo-realistic film that I've reviewed, so I'm going to dwell on it a little bit. Just because Beetlejuice is a pseudo-realistic film doesn't mean it would be the first example of a pseudo-realistic film that I would think of. Better examples would be The Mask and Edward Scissorhands, because we get to see more of the world and how it functions differently than our own. Also, the reason why Batman and Robin isn't a pseudo-realistic film is because it doesn't take place in any form of reality. For example, Beetlejuice takes place in the very real New England, but Batman and Robin takes place in the fictional Gotham City. Also, the DC universe as a whole is far from pseudo-realistic, but that's not brought up in the movie, so I'm not going to talk about that. One thing brilliant that this film does is have the primary antagonists be perfectly fine. The Deetses didn't do anything wrong. All they did was moved into a house that they understood to be vacant, and then made changes to that house that they now owned. Another thing that's amazing about this film is that Beetlejuice, both the main antagonist and the title character, technically, doesn't actually show up until the middle of the film. The first half is purely just setting up the conflict with the house. It honestly astounds me that this movie was only rated PG. Yes, I know it's not exactly a hard R film, and that PG-13 wasn't exactly a common rating at the time, but this movie isn't exactly child appropriate either. For instance, the title character is constantly sexually aggressive to both Barbara and Lydia, who was a minor at the time. Here's something that never should have happened. Beetlejuice getting a fucking kids show, which just amplifies the fact that this film should not have been rated PG. After a bout encounter with the title character, Adam and Barbara decide to be a little less subtle when trying to scare the Deetses, and thus we're treated with the dinner scene. The dinner scene is fucking perfection. There's honestly nothing I can say to describe how good this scene is. Just go watch it for yourself. The climax of this film is just batshit insanity, which is really the only way this film could have ended. All in all, I think Beetlejuice is a genuinely great film that's both entertaining and well made. What the hell happened to you? I don't want to talk about it. Well, I see you got the message. Wait, what? You didn't review Jurassic Park 2. What do you mean? The tapes. I sent them so you wouldn't review Jurassic Park 2 or 3. Wait, I thought you sent me those tapes as some sort of omen. That I needed to finish the series. What? No! I sent them as a threat. A threat of what? A threat not to review Jurassic Park 2 or 3. Yeah, but a threat of what? Oh, I'm dealing with a moron. Okay, I guess I'll spell it out for you this time. Don't review those movies, or I don't know. I'll do something. Trust me, you're not gonna like it. Whatever it is. Don't review those movies. Now I'm gonna do them out of spite.